Hello and welcome. My name is Susan Bryant, and I am here to introduce to you Deb Philpott, who is the Family Daycare Coordination Manager. Deb, is that who you go by? No?
I'm the coordinator.
Coordinator, there we go, of
Coordinator.
Lake Macquarie City Council Family Daycare. I very much appreciate Deb joining us today and hearing about all the new reforms. Now, the national collaboration were held most recently after serious incidents occurred relating to child safety in our sector. And after following an independent review, it was determined that stronger protection is needed to protect our children, hence the reason why the child safety reforms have come about. I guess the bottom line to these reforms are to keep in our mind at all times as professional educators that every decision we make must put the child's safety, rights, and best interest paramount. Children first, always. So, Deb, over to you. Would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself, please?
Sure. So I've been in family daycare for about 28 years. First as an educator, started my own service and going on to upskill. I then became a coordinator with a service. And yeah, family daycare has absolutely got under my skin. And here I am coming up for nearly 30 years. So I've seen many changes and most of them, for very good reason. Um, but yeah, it's change is a challenge for more so for some people than others.
Absolutely agree. And I too, Deb, will share that I've been in our sector for over 30 years as well. And I'm a true advocate for the work that you guys do in family daycare. So thank you for all that you do. We
Thank you.
might start there. And I think now we all have an understanding as we're moving through as to the why, and where these new reforms have come about. But there will be significant changes, and there have been significant changes. And I ask you, Deb, what do you see as the most significant change to the new early childhood education and care reforms for family daycare educators, and why?
Well, we know that we have been implementing these changes since September last year, and they've actually been over 30 reforms that have been released. So, of course, the first round we saw the paramount consideration with children's well-being being at the heart of everything we do, and the banning of vaping substances and devices, and educators having to display, educators and services having to display the service compliance and quality history. And again, that is for transparency. Um, some of the subsequent changes that have been rolled out and that have probably had the most impact on educators has been the approval of educator residencies. The spaces not typically used to deliver their family daycare service, but those having to be inspected. And understandably, that has been difficult for some educators to navigate when getting that balance between home and their business can be difficult. But if they have those separate spaces, that does help. However, now there is that requirement for service staff to inspect those personal spaces and ensure the
Mm,
space around their service
mm,
is safe and suitable. So that has certainly been a challenge.
mm.
And of course, the restriction on personal devices, that has been a significant um, hurdle for educators. It's had it's required financial investment, and that's something that everybody navigates at their own pace. So for us, we've worked gently with educators to support them along that process, to be able to implement that and get to the point where they can have that service device separate to the personal device. And we know some of the information, the guidance information that has come down has been very slow to be delivered. And so that has meant that implementation has been in a very slow and controlled way. And sometimes that misinformation doesn't help when you're dealing with change.
And I guess exactly what you said, the misinformation, the misinterpretation of information, or the blurred information
Yeah.
can cause angst and worry and
Yes.
anxiety.
Yeah.
Change does bring uncertainty and fear, and they are very true, valid feelings that educators may be feeling right now. You and
Yeah.
I have been in the sector for a long time. We have been through enormous changes, which
Mm-hmm.
to us brought fear, anxiety, the unknown, the worry. And we really respect that people may be feeling this, but touching base with professionals, so touching base with your family daycare coordination unit, touching base with professionals around you will help guide you through that.
Absolutely.
If educators are feeling really uncertain, confused, worried, fearful about adapting and getting to know all of these changes, which do at times feel like has been a huge dump of information on us in the sector, what advice would you give those people that are feeling that way?
Really just talk to coordination unit. We are there to support educators. That's our role.
Mm,
So to guide them, to
mm,
advise them, to
mm,
mentor.
mm.
Everybody is at their own point in time of where they're implementing change, and we all deal with change differently. So it's absolutely about tailoring our support to individuals. And we love questions. We want those questions. That's how we nut out, the best ways to do things. Um, we don't get all of that guidance information straight away. So having meetings, we've had catch-ups online with educators as information has trickled through, just to debrief some of those questions, demystify some of the things. It's really about talking, reviewing your documentation, um, asking if there are any requirements that impact specifically certain setups. And yeah, just identify that questions are professionalism. They're not a weakness. Um,
Absolutely. There's no such thing as a silly question. And no doubt the
absolutely.
question that you might ask someone else is wanting to ask the same question or get
That's
that
right.
information
Yes.
from the family daycare
Yeah.
coordination.
Yes.
So I guess the bottom line is educators, you are not alone. You've got the true support of those
Absolutely.
around you, but go to
Absolutely.
reputable professional sources to get your
Yep.
information and
Yep.
guidance from.
That's
There
right. And
are
I think
many
that's what
Oh, sorry, Deb. Yes.
I was going to say. I think that is part of the reason why things have stretched out a little bit is because we
Yeah.
have waited for the accurate information to
Mm,
be delivered,
mm.
rather than just being reactionary and interpreting how we think.
Yes.
It's like, let's hold off. There is supporting information coming.
Yes.
Let's wait for that. Let's get it right the first time.
Yeah.
Sometimes there are tweaks to be made.
Yes.
But yes, let's not just jump in and be reactionary.
Absolutely. And there is a lot of great information on the ELC website. There's webinars being held, but also be guided by your family daycare coordination unit's policies and procedures. They know best and they will roll out these
Yep,
changes that are coming.
yep,
Because as you mentioned,
yep.
we have had quite a few changes from
Yes, we
September
have.
to the most recent ones on the
Yep,
24th of April of this year.
yes.
But Deb, I guess it's known, it's a fact that there is misconception out there, there is blurred information being passed along. Um, is there one misconception that you've heard about the new reforms that you would like to clarify with everyone today?
Um, I mean, you hear it all the time. Oh, they're trying to get rid of family daycare.
Yes,
Let's put it out there, the elephant in the room.
yes,
That isn't the case.
yeah,
I truly believe there will always be a place for family daycare. It is a model of care that works. Um, I chose it for my children. I chose to be part of it because I truly believe um, it's a great care model. Um, the reforms are aimed at strengthening the systems
yes,
that safeguard and prevent situations where children can
uh,
be at risk. And
yes,
we have to remember that it's about the systems, not the people. Um, so, yeah, it's about preventing harm, identifying any risks earlier.
mm,
So, yeah, really about increasing public confidence and the transparency of family daycare. We know educators are vulnerable. They
mm,
work in
mm,
isolation
yes,
in their services. So we want to have the systems in place that support them to do what they do so well, and that is delivering quality education and care to children.
which you have
Um,
done for many and many of years. And I
ab-
too am a true advocate for
Absolutely.
what you do
Yes.
in family daycare. So
Yeah.
we
And that's
need
what
you.
we want to showcase that.
Absolutely.
Um, but we do have to get the structure right.
Yes.
And we do have to have all of those supporting systems in place to be
Yes.
able to demonstrate
Yes.
the great work that our family daycare
Yeah.
educators provide.
They
Yeah.
absolutely do. And again,
Yeah.
thank you for all that you
Yeah.
do and
Thank
each and
you.
every educator
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
family daycare. Thank you.
And I was just going
Um,
to say, Susan, that
sure.
with educators working alone, we can't rely solely on trust. So that's why for them to be reassured that they have the backing of
Hmm.
their service,
Yes.
but also the industry.
Yes.
And that's about having everything in place because we
Absolutely.
want them to feel proud and confident of what they do.
Absolutely. And continue that care for the children that has so
Yes.
many benefits.
Yep.
So, your role of overseeing up to 35 family daycare educators at Lake Macquarie City Council Family Daycare Coordination Unit, how are you preparing your educators to meet the new requirements of the reforms?
It's really been about sharing information, accurate information. So not speculating, waiting to until we have details, and really supporting educators with those changes, providing them with the tools, um, those tip
Yeah,
sheets, those guidance, quick reference tools that, again, when they're delivering quality education and care, they can refer to that information to guide them and not just, I guess, a flounder. Because they're doing so many things at once.
right.
They're providing care for children, meeting their personal needs, um, program planning, documenting. There's so much to it. It's a huge role. And, to have all of these changes on top of that. And I guess the other key thing that I feel we have done to help prepare educators is to really be that mentor for them. We all need to debrief,
Mm.
and that professional mentor and coaching has really gone a long way just to keep educators moving in the right direction through these
Yeah.
changes.
So
Because it's
lovely
been
to
a
hear
long
that.
while, and it can be tiring to continue. It is draining, and we want their
Yes.
focus to be on the children.
Yes,
So yeah,
absolutely. Don't
that's
forget the key focus is staff and
absolutely,
children. Preparation is the key here, and small steps. Small steps will get you to a greater outcome. It will be okay. There have been a lot of
yes,
new changes. It was informed that they will educate and they will want to see now implementation into daily practices of these new reforms.
yeah,
But again, small steps
yes,
in keeping in focus the reason why that every
yes,
decision we make must always put children's safety, rights, and best interest at the forefront of what we do, which is all in line with the paramountcy principle, one of the new
yes.
reforms from
Yeah.
April of 2026. Um, what challenges do you anticipate you're going to see or have been faced with when implementing these new reforms, with your educators?
I don't think it's the reforms themselves. I just think it's been the pace at which they have been released. It has been
Mm. It's
overwhelming.
big.
It's huge. It is
Yes,
huge.
yes.
And, again, educators, some of them are fortunate to be in educator network groups to support each other. And obviously, they have their coordinators to support them and the coordination unit. But yes, a lot of them are working on their own,
Mm,
and um,
mm,
they are professionals.
mm,
Educators ultimately want to do the right thing.
mm,
But when you're faced with change, your confidence is
mm,
undermined and you question, am I on the right track?
mm,
And that can be really destabilizing.
mm.
And we know some of these changes have had an impact on families, the educators' families. There's been financial burden.
Yes,
And that
yes,
has had to be considered. Everybody's in a different situation. And again, that's why we've tried to um, implement these changes gradually, keep moving, but be respectful of where everybody is at individually.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and also considering how these reforms might look in day-to-day practice.
Practice.
It's all right reading, we've now got to do this, we've now got to do that, but how will that look in my space?
Yes.
Things may look slightly different from educator to educator. Everybody's, some educators have families in their home, family members. Others may be a single person living
Yes.
at the home. So it has less impact on others.
Mm.
But it's really been about taking that individual approach to support our educators and knowing that people adapt differently to change. Um,
Absolutely. I
so being
guess
respectful.
absolutely. And Deb, if we think back and reflect on our days in our sector, we've been through Keep Them Safe, which strengthened the child protection reporting and threshold of reporting and implementation of MRGs. And we've
Yes,
been through the EYLF. We've been through the changes to the assessment and rating and the national quality standards. We've been through an implementation of national law. We've been through change, we've
we've
survived, and
seen
we
it
know
all.
that every educator out there will survive these new reforms as well.
Absolutely,
At the end of
absolutely.
the
And as I
day,
said,
child comes first, and that's the focus
that's
of
right.
these reforms. So,
That's right. And as I said, every educator wants to do the right thing. They
yeah,
are professionals. They're proud of the services that they deliver. And our role is to support them to continue to do that.
Yes. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Deb, you've given us a lot of information and a lot of guidance and information to family daycare educators. Is there anything else that you would like to close with or on today?
I think just to, reiterate, if educators are feeling overwhelmed, reach out to your service. That is their role to support you. And, as a coordinator and being fortunate to be part of a team, many a time we have supported each other within the staff. So it's been overwhelming for everybody. So don't think it's just you. And don't think you're on your own. So we've all come through this.
Yes.
We know change is inevitable,
Yes.
and this is not going to be the end of it.
Yes, absolutely.
But keep going.
We will be
keep
okay.
going. Yes, absolutely. And there are some beautiful educators who are doing wonderful job. And again, the children are benefiting, and that's what it's all about.
Absolutely. It takes a village to raise a child, and it takes an enormous network and support to continue the amazing work that the family daycare educators are doing for us.
Yes.
The children need you, we need you. And again, Deb, thank you for your wonderful insights. And
My
educators, keep doing the amazing work that you do.
Definitely.
Each and every day. So thank you. Thank you, Deb.
Thank you. Thank you.